Hello and welcome again with Cooking with Jerry Estrada. Tonight I'm going to cook something really special, and it's in honor of my daughter Natalia Estrada Kirkland, which her nickname is, my pet name for her is pot pie. So today, in her honor, I'm going to cook a chicken pot pie. And the chicken pot pie, I'm going to go over the ingredients here. We're going to need 2 pie crusts, we're going to need eggs. This is a breast and a half of chicken that I already cooked to save time. I cooked it with some salt, pepper, and butter, and a little bit of oil, and I cooked it and I cut it in cubes. I got ham, about a little bit less than a cup. And these are potatoes that I also cut in cubes. They're already cooked. I only cooked them for about 15 minutes. They're still not totally cooked. And I did that purposely because we're going to later cook them inside the mix, as I'll explain that later. We're going to need onions, a little bouillon of chicken. I have 2 cloves of garlic. This is 1 whole cup of chicken broth. We're going to use 2 cans of cream of chicken. This cream of mushrooms with roasted garlic. I'm going to use whipping cream, oregano, butter, salt and pepper, oil, and frozen mixed vegetables. Now, for the pot pie, you definitely want to use frozen vegetables. You don't want to use the one in the cans because they're all cooked and they're going to get all mushy and it's not going to get a good texture. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start cooking this up in a second. But first, I got to put the crusts away back in the freezer, and I'm going to use them later. Okay, so now I'm going to start preparing what goes inside the pot pie, the chicken pot pie. First of all, I put about a tablespoon of oil, and now something about this particular preparation is you can't really have this temperature high when you're doing this particular mix. This one you're going to have to do like a medium temperature or a little lower. You can't really keep it up too high because you don't want to burn the garlic. And so you put the garlic in there real quick. I'll put the garlic. Stir it in a little bit. See, it's not too high. That's the way you want to do it. And you want the onions. And what I'm going to do is I'm also going to just add a little bit of butter. Maybe like a tablespoon of butter. And I'm going to just stir all this here all together. All right, this is a nice color. This is where you want to get it at. You see this nice little color there, brown, not burnt or nothing? That's perfect. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bouillon. Stir that in there. And we're going to go with the cream of chicken. I'm going to go with two cans of this. So you're looking at about, let me see, this is 10 ounces, so 2 cans. And then I'm also going to add 1 can of cream of mushroom. Now some people just put flour and they make their own gravy, but this is kind of a nice, easy way to go ahead and get the good ingredients in there, and you don't really have to go through so much trouble. Aquí lo que mezclé fue, aquí lo que mezclé fue la cebolla, el ajo, ya estoy metiendo aquí lo que es la crema de sopa de pollo, y esta es de cesta con ajo. Son 2 latas de crema y una de mushrooms, de la cesta. Entonces, a eso le voy a añadir el chicken broth. This is the chicken broth. This is 1 cup. And once I stir this in, now I'm going to stir all of it together and make sure I have a nice even mix of it. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add the whipping cream, This is, I'll add about a half a cup. This gives it that real nice texture once you put all these vegetables together. And then, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken. Like I said, I had already pre-cooked this. Some people shred it, I cut it in cubes. And it's already cooked with salt, pepper, oil, and it's already cooked, it's ready to go. So this is gonna go inside. And then, okay, so añadí la crema. Entonces ahora el pollo, este pollo ya estaba ya yo lo había cocinado unos minutos antes. Le eché sal, pimienta, un poco de aceite de oliva y los cociné, los piqué en cubitos. Vamos a mezclar todo esto. So I'm just going to mix this together here. Okay, so now this was cooking together for a few minutes, about 5 minutes or so. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the ham. Ahora le voy a añadir el jamón, porque ya estuvo cocinándose como unos 5 minutos aquí todo junto. Le voy a añadir el jamón. The ham, I also cut it in cubes, nice extra small pieces. And also the chicken is something that is by choice. I like to make it like that cube, so when I bite it, I can feel the chicken when I'm biting into it. Other people shred it, they like to make real tiny pieces. I like to feel chicken, I put a lot of chicken in it. And then these are the potatoes. The potatoes, like I said, they were already cooked before in water with a little bit of salt. And I didn't cook them too long, so they still need some cooking. Estas papas ya las cociné un poco, con un poquito de sal, pero no están cocinadas completas, se van a terminar cocinando ahora. And then I'm going to add, this is the frozen vegetables. Some people just use carrots and peas. Some people use carrots and corn. I like to use mixed vegetables, frozen. Esto, hay gente que le gusta usar zanahoria y solamente los gandules, pero yo le pongo maíz y todo mixto. Y todo tiene que prefiero que sean congelados. I prefer the frozen one, again, like I said before, because if you get it from the can, believe me, I've done it before and it just comes out too mushy. It doesn't keep the consistency of the vegetable. This is a cup and a half. Esto es una copa y media. Al cual le voy a añadir un poquito de orégano ahora. Ay. Y le voy a echar otro orégano por aquí también. And now I'm going to mix this. I'm going to cook covered for about 15 to 20 minutes and stirring it occasionally, okay, so it won't stick. A esto lo voy a cocinar como unos 15 minutos, 20 minutos tapado y lo voy a menear varias veces para que no se pegue y no se queme. Okay, this is cooked, this is ready. Now, the trick to this is now it's cooked, but now you have to let it cool down a little bit. So I let it cool down, and in the meantime, I went ahead and preheated the oven at 325, and now I'm going to use the crust. So esta carne ya está cocinada, está todo bien bonita ahí, así como debe estar. Hay que ahora dejarla enfriar un poco antes de ponerla aquí en la pasta esta. Y ahí tengo el horno a 325, esto precalentándose. So now we're going to go ahead and start filling this up. I want to show you is that this package brings 2 crusts. They're frozen, so I just used one. This is going to be my bottom one. And the top one, you just kind of have to wiggle the aluminum foil out like this, the pan that comes in. So you can go ahead and just kind of get the other one up. That's okay, because it's going to be like that, but I'm going to fix it up now. Okay, so I'm going to go and stir it up. Okay, so this is pretty much loaded up, and that's it. Now I'm going to go ahead, and once it's done like that, now I'm going to take this pastry and I'm going to assemble it and put it all in one piece. Okay, so now I try to put this together as best as I can. It's not supposed to be always perfect, but hey, what you want to make sure is that the ends are sealed really nice with the bottom pie crust. Once you squeeze all these ends here real nice and firm into it, it'll make it create a seal. Now, once you do this here, then you're going to want to take a knife and you're going to want to do an X so that the heat will come out. A nice X like that. That's perfect. So it'll breathe as it's cooking. And so I took one egg yolk and I add just a little bit of water. It's the egg yolk and water, just a little bit only. So I'm going to spread this all over this before I get it ready for the oven. Okay, well, look, here it is. This is at 325 for about 1 hour. And like I say, this is the time when we're going to taste it and see how it goes. So I'm going to give it, I always like to cool it down a little bit before cutting. But because we're filming and everything, I want to do a little sooner than before. Oops. So, okay, well, the first piece is always the toughest one to get out of any pie. So this is it right here. You want to get a close-up picture? And that's it right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste and let you know how it really came out. El primer pedazo de sacar cualquier pie postre es siempre el más malo. Pero bueno, hice lo mejor que pude ahí. So deja probar cómo estás. It's hot. Very tasty. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this, go ahead and like it, share it with other people. I also invite you to go see my other videos I have. I have about several different other recipes. So thank you for spending the night with us. Buen provecho, and I hope to see you next time at Cooking with Jerry Estrada, the famous chicken pot pie. Good night.